ఏంటండి? యా చూడాలి ఈ క్లాస్ అయిన తర్వాత చూస్తాను. Yeah, okay. So we learned how to open the browser, how to close the browser, how to type some text into input box, and how to click on buttons, right? Today we continue with how we have locators in WebDriver. Everything has. So now we'll have to identify buttons using ID. Okay. If you see this radio button, this radio button ID is radio button. Okay. Driver block. Sorry. First, I need to. We need to wait. The page is getting loaded, so I'm again going wait for page loaded. Driver. After page is ID equal to radio. So to click or check anything to do this, we have an API name. So you can use click API to check boxes and radio buttons also. Okay. Okay. Let me try this, but To find an element based on its ID, you should call it in this way. Driver dot find element. You should pass a by logic as a parameter for this find element API. So the by logic is by dot. So you are getting this by ID, right?
Yes.
So you should call by dot ID.
Okay.
Then you should pass the ID what you have seen in this. So here ID is radio button, right?
Yes.
To locate an element on the page, you should select this, go here, select on it. It will show you the tag of that element, right?
Yes.
So look at it, and first, so the priority remains same in both RC and WebDriver priority. So what is the priority behind this character? First, you should give highest priority for ID. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you should go ahead with name, then CSS, then export, then DOM, then link. Okay. For links, you will go ahead with link. So that is the priority for element locator. Here also, first you should look at the tag of the element. If you have ID, go ahead with ID. Okay. If you have ID, then you write your code like this. Driver dot find element. As a parameter, you should pass by dot. You saw the ID, right? So you will call by dot ID, and the ID value here you should place there. So here ID value is data button, right? Copy it from here and place it there. By dot ID equal to radio button. Okay. It will identify that element for you. So I clicked on chapter 1 link. Then using my logic, identify the radio button. Till now I didn't click. I didn't execute click command. Now I executed click command, right? So it clicked on
Yes.
it. Okay, that means it identified the element. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So now you need to tell me. I will delete this code. Now I will ask you. So now you need to find the elements mapping. Okay.
Okay.
So how can we find it? Not this. Okay. Yeah, we will identify this element. This is the element. How will you find this element?
To ID.
Yeah, by ID. What is the ID value?
HTML5 div.
Yeah, so you need to copy the ID.
Okay.
Now tell me the code here. So first I need to type driver dot
Driver dot
what?
find element.
Yeah, find element. Then what?
ID.
No. First you need to call by, right?
Yes.
By dot then ID.
ID. Okay.
So in the ID you should pass the ID what you have seen.
Yes.
So this is my div, HTML5 div. So to verify whether this is finding our element or not, we will call HTML5 get text. So that will return us the text within that. So if you run this program now, to be used after regex text method should be printed.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, let me run this. So if you see here, to be used after Ajax example is written, right?
Yes.
That means we successfully identified the element.
Okay.
Yeah. Now ID is done, sir. So if you got it right, how to identify the elements using ID?
Okay. What is that?
Hello?
Yeah. ఏమన్నారు ఇప్పుడు?
You understood, right? How to identify the elements using ID?
Yeah, I understood.
Yeah. Now what? Name. So if you see this button, there is no ID.
Okay.
So in this case, which logic you will use according to our priority?
Name.
Name logic. So here you have a name attribute with value but 2, right?
Yes.
So you will use that for identification. So let me add the code here. So this is in chapter 2, right? Let me change the code here. Instead of chapter 1, I will put chapter 2. Then it will become chapter 2. Then I should call here instead of by ID. If I try to find the element by name, I should call by dot name. Okay?
Okay.
And I am giving but 2. This is my button 2. And the button 2 I will click. So here also we will call get text. It doesn't written anything because it doesn't contain any text, right? We will see. But if it doesn't throw error means it identified the element.
Okay.
So there is nothing to add to anything, but it didn't throw any error means it identified and clicked on the element. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So if you have name, you can go ahead like that. So now let me try this button. If you see this button now, there is no ID, there is no name. Okay?
Yes.
In such cases, we have to use CSS, right?
Yes.
Yeah, CSS we have discussed. For this, you need to write the CSS like this. Input, in these braces, you should have value equal to the blue button. So write the CSS, you can refer my page.
Okay.
Element locator, selenium. List down all experts locators. So locators are common for both RC and WebDriver Swati. So the calling logic will change. How we are calling that identifier will change, but the locators are similar in both RC and WebDriver. Okay, that's why I am not explaining all the locators.
Okay.
The same locators what I explained in previous class now, that will be enough. So if you see here, you need to call it like this. CSS equal to input, name equal to continue, type equal to button. Okay, if you have attributes like name and type, you should prepare CSS like this. Okay.
Okay.
So if you see here, you don't have name, you have value, right? That's why I have written input value equal to sibling button, and you have type right,
Yes.
type equal to button. So if you get any doubts now, just refer that. Okay,
Okay.
just refer that page and understand the syntax and write the syntax here. Okay.
Okay.
So there we use CSS equal to, right? Here we use CSS locator, CSS selector. Okay,
Okay.
and you need to give it. So there we have given like that. CSS equal to, after equal to we have to give everything, right? Here that value you should provide within the API. Whole part CSS selector and the value you need to enter here. Okay.
Okay.
Instead of get text, we will try one more thing. Instead of get text, we can use get attributes. Okay. Get attribute means if you give name, he will give you the name attribute value. Here you have attribute value, right?
Yes.
So if you call attribute get attribute value, he will return you the value of that attribute. That means sibling button should be printed. Okay.
Okay.
If you identify the element, then only you can print it, right? That's why I am adding this statement. So if it written means the element is identified. Okay.
Okay.
Let me tell you. So if you see here, it printed sibling button, right? Here in console, it printed sibling button. Okay.
Okay.
That means it identified the element.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Let me convert the CSS into XPath. So to convert CSS to XPath, you can use this one. You can take help from this article. How to convert. It doesn't contain everything. So in case of XPath, for attributes you need to add at the rate, right?
Yes.
And you should not have these two brackets. You will join them by using AND condition.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah. Input at the rate. So type it also at the rate. We will have at the rate type.
Okay.
Let me run the program. It will fail, Swati. Can you tell me the reason for that? It will fail. I will ask. I did a small mistake.
Wait.
Okay. After running the program, it will return me error, right? After
Yes.
getting the error, you should tell me. Okay.
Okay.
So it failed. Function effect. So the error here is the given selector is either invalid or doesn't result in web element. Okay.
Okay.
Invalid selector exception. So what is the error here? See the error and see the code. I committed a mistake. What is that?
at the rate. Selenium at the rate button.
No, the expression is don't look at the expression. Apart from expression, there is
Okay. Mm, anything wrong with the click?
what?
You should give driver click right.
No. It's not about click. While adding the element itself is not click. So I will tell you the mistake. So here we have given XPath, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Give XPath, you should call what?
Okay, okay. CSS
Yeah.
okay. It's your
So
mention as
I gave XPath and I called by CSS.
yes, yes.
So it is assuming that I have given a CSS, but I have given
CSS, yes.
XPath, right? So
Yes.
to evaluate XPath, you should call by XPath. Okay?
Okay.
Then we run the program. Okay, okay. Again, I did the mistake. So, as I explained earlier, if you are giving XPath, that should start with double slash.
Okay, double slash.
Yeah, if you don't use, so after looking at the error, if you go through it, then you can understand the easy thing. If you prepare all the things, you don't get these errors. It will run in the proper flow, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't see the errors, you don't learn the things. That's why I'm practicing all introduction. So you should also learn how to debug the issue. Okay? In the in the error itself, they will give us hint why it is failing. Okay?
Okay.
After looking at the error, you should see. So if we say that locator is wrong, we should check whether locator is wrong first. If you feel that locator is perfect, then you should check the API, which API you have used. Okay?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Like that you need to debug.
Yes.
So it works. Yeah. We covered all the API. No, no, no. So we covered ID, we covered name, we covered CSS, we covered XPath.
Okay.
And in RC we learned DOM, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But the DOM API is not there in Selenium WebDriver. So they deprecated that API. You don't have that option in WebDriver. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So that's why that is the main limitation of WebDriver. So if someone is trying to migrate his project from RC to WebDriver, no,
Mm-hmm.
it's really difficult because the API is not there.
Okay.
So we need to write a custom logic to convert DOM pointers into element locators of WebDriver. I worked around 2 months to do that in my company. So they asked me to migrate our framework from RC to WebDriver.
Okay.
When I was exploring on it, no, I came out that there is no API like by.dom. There is no API. There is no equivalent API WebDriver for DOM pointer in RC.
Okay.
I faced a lot of issues to do that. Around 2 months of my time I spent to write custom logic.
Okay.
So this is, so we covered ID, link, XPath, and chasers, and there is no DOM equivalent in WebDriver. So what is the last one? Link, right?
Link. Yes.
So here we have by linked text.
Okay.
So the equivalent for link here is by linked text. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then we try partial link text. What partial link text will do?
Okay.
So now I am in home page, right?
Yes.
I
Mm-hmm.
am too lazy to type entire chapter 2, chapter 1, chapter 3 here. Okay.
Okay.
I am planning to tell WebDriver to click on link 2.
Mm-hmm.
So if you see the things, chapter is common to them. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is changing, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 is changing, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So if I want to tell him to click on link 2, I can write it like this also. By partial link text 2.
Okay.
So that means it doesn't compare the entire text. It will check whether the entire text is there or not.
Okay.
Okay, let me try this. Debug and Java. So if you see here, you click to chapter 2, right?
Yes.
So if you want to give some version of the linked text, then you can call partial linked text.
Partial. Okay.
Okay. Yep. So apart from
So
the,
if you gave the number 2, right? So
yeah,
it identified with the number.
no, it will check all the links. Okay.
Okay.
In chapter 1, it will check whether 2 is there in the text. In chapter 1 text, is there any number like 2? No, right?
No. Yes.
So it
Mm-hmm.
will skip that. It will go to chapter 2. So
Okay.
in chapter 2 text, it will check whether 2 is there or not. 2 is there, right?
Yes.
It will click on it like that. Okay.
Okay.
But let me try this thing also. If I try link test by giving 2, see what will happen. It will definitely throw an exception.
Okay.
Linked text means it will check for the exact text. So it will look for a link with the name with the text 2. You should not
Okay.
check for whether the link contains 2 or not. It will check the entire text. Chapter 2 is not equal to 2, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So it will definitely not find the element. So if you see here, it will clearly say that. So unable to locate the element with the linked text equal to 2. So if you want to use partial linked text, you should call partial linked text. So along with the API, what we learned in Selenium RC, there is an extra API by partial linked text. So in Selenium RC, there is no way to provide partial linked text, but here in WebDriver, you can provide partial linked text by calling by dot partial linked text. Okay. So apart from that, we will see what we have. So if you go to biologic, we covered CSS, we covered ID, we covered link text, we covered name, we covered partial link text, we covered XPath. Okay. So now we need to cover class name and tag name. So we will see what. See, if you see this element along with ID, you have class, right?
Yes.
Okay. So to get elements with ID, we are calling by dot ID. To get by name, we are calling by dot name. Like that, if the element contains any class, okay,
Okay.
like these elements contain the class name as center div, right? This element contains class as left div, right?
Yes.
So to identify the elements with the class name, we will use by the class name. So what you supposed to do is copy the text in the class attribute. So that is left
Okay.
div, right?
Yes.
Okay, then call by class name. Okay. Now I am calling that div inner text. So that div text we can get it by get text API, right?
Yes.
I'm calling get text. So that will tell whether we identify that element or not. Okay.
Okay.
If you see this left div, the text inside it is asset that this text is on the page. Okay.
Okay.
So if you call get text now, that should return the same asset that this text is on the page.
Yes.
So let me debug this. Ah, sorry. I did a mistake again. Can you tell me the mistakes? Unable to locate class name, select equal to left. The thing here is, I have that text, I have the div in chapter 1, right?
Yes.
But without clicking on chapter 1, I am looking for it. On the main page. So that's the mistake I have committed. So I need to do this. Driver dot find element by the link text equal to chapter 1 dot click. Then I should call driver dot include. Then I should identify the element. Did you get? Yeah. So let me run the program. So it opened chapter 1, yeah, and the action here is you printed this, right? As at that this text is on the page. The same text what we have printed. Okay. Okay.
Yes, I got.
So like ID and name, if you trying to find an element by its class name, you can call by class name. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Now we left with only one API is by tag name. Tag means this what is. The tag for this is div. Okay.
Okay.
The tag for this is div. The tag for this is div. So most of them are div. So the tag for this is image, right? The tag for this is script.
Yes.
So the tag for this is iframe. Okay.
Okay.
So if I want to identify something by its tag, then I will use it. But we don't use this at any cost. Okay. Because with the same tag, many elements will come, right?
Yes.
So this element ID is div, this element ID is div. So let me try. What will come if I try it as div? So I am trying this like this by tag name equal to div. Okay.
Yes.
So div one dot get text and printing debug and Java. So Selenium beginner guide he entered, right?
Yes.
So he displayed the text as Selenium beginner. So I will explain you what will happen internally. Okay.
Okay.
So in document API there is an API named get elements by tag name setting.
Okay.
Get elements by tag name.
Okay.
So if you see here you have get element by ID, get element by class name, get elements by name, get elements by tag name, right?
Yes.
Internally he will use the same things. So if you give by ID no in Selenium, we will call this document as get element by ID API. Okay. If
Okay.
you give class name, we will call this class name. If you give name, we will call this get element by name. Like that only he will call. Okay.
Okay.
Now let me try get element by tag name.
Mm-hmm.
So if I give no, see lot of elements are coming. So there are many elements, right? So it return an array. Leaves dot length. So there are 11 dips. In this page there are 11 diff elements. Okay.
Okay.
So if you see here, what is the first element? Selenium beginner guide, right?
Okay. Yes.
So if you call driver.find element and if you give a tag name div, it will find the first element.
Okay.
It will return you the first element. What he will do is he will call document.getElement by tag name with the tag what he have given and it will return him an array, right? An array of elements. That is more than one element it will be returned. Okay.
Okay.
But if you call driver.find element, he should return only one element, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So what he will do is he will return you the first element what he has found.
Okay.
What he has found. So the first element is main heading Selenium beginner guide, right?
Yes.
That's why he returned us the first element. So if I print the get text of it, it return me Selenium beginner's guide. Okay?
Okay.
Is it clear?
Yeah. I got
If
it.
you want to find all the elements, so in some use case, I want to find the text of all diff elements in a page 40.
Yes.
In such cases, I will call like this. Like find elements, there is another API named find elements. Okay.
Find element. Okay.
So the difference between it, that is elements, this is element. Okay.
Okay.
So I am giving div. But the return type for it is list. Because
Okay.
there you have only one element. That's why
Okay.
it returned web element. But here you have more than one element, right?
Yes.
That's why it returned as list of web elements. That means all the 11 elements will come here. Okay.
Okay.
Let me write code to handle this. Div iterator. On any list, you can get iterator.
Okay. Yeah.
Iterator will be used to iterate. Are you learning Java also? Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Hello?
Yes. Yeah.
You are attending Java classes also, right?
Java special I think only.
Okay, okay. So you learned collections, right, in Java?
Selection. Yeah.
Yeah, in collections they will explain iterators. Okay.
Okay.
So if you have a list, you can iterate through the list using this iterator API. Okay.
Okay.
So if you call iterator, no? If you call iterator and API and list, then an iterator object will come. You can iterate through this like this. So on this iterator object, you can call as next.
Okay.
That will tell you whether next element is there or not. It will return you true or false. So true means next element is there. Other false means no element is there. That is the end of this. Okay.
Okay.
So I am calling while loop with div I dot has next. So if the next element is there, it will loop it. Okay.
Okay.
And there is one more API named next. So that will return me the exact element. Exact next element it will return me. Okay. Now I don't want to print get text because if I print get text now my thing will be I can print I guess. So let me print all the get text. So my requirement is to print the text of everything. So let me have a counter here int p equal to 0. So I plus plus. So my task is to print all the text in all the bits in the page. So let me run this. See, the elements we found through document.getElements by tag name is 11, right? Hello?
Yes.
Total elements we found with the tag name div is 11, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the same 11 will be printed here.
Okay.
So if you run the program, so if you see the first div element text, that is Selenium beginner guide. Second element text is if you have arrived here, then you have the install ID. So some text is there. In third element, after that, this text is on the page. So let me prove it again through this concept. So I can get the same here in this way. So there we printed 1 equal to that, right? So I
Yes.
can get the same here like this. Divs of 1. So using text content I can run it. Okay, let me write the code like this. So if you see the first element code is Selenium beginner guide, right?
Yes.
So the same text content we are also seeing here, Selenium beginner guide. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Let me try the second element text content. You see here he is giving if you have arrived then you radio button, Selenium ID, RC grid code and home page.
Yes.
The same we are getting here.
Yeah.
Third element. I said that the text is on the page. No, the same we got here also, right?
Yes.
So internally he will do the same. If you see, if you look at the text content of the fourth element, there should be empty. So there is nothing, right?
Yes.
So that's why it written nothing. Okay.
Okay.
So in this way, if you have more than one element, if you want to get all the elements, then instead of using find element, you can use find elements. Okay.
Okay.
If you use find element now, what it will do is if it finds more than one element with that logic, it will return you the first element.
Okay.
So you can call find elements with any by logic. You can call find elements with by ID. You can call it with by name. You can call it with by CSS selector. Anything you can call. Okay.
Okay.
But what will happen is, if it finds more than one element with this identification logic, it will return you the first element.
Okay.
If you call find element, it will return you the first element. If you call find element, it will return you the all elements with that identification logic. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So the difference between find element and find elements definitely interviews they will ask. So what is the difference between find element and find elements? Both will be used to identify the elements with the logic. Find elements will try to identify the elements as many as it can. So in elements and an element, it will try to find by the identification logic we have given. What find element will do is, it will also find all the elements with identification logic, but it will return you only the first element. Okay? Yeah, that is the difference between find elements and find elements. So how many APIs we learned today to identify elements? So we covered all the APIs. Okay?
Yeah.
Let me recall it. In Selenium also we have ID, right?
Idea.
So here also we have by.id. Okay? Have name there. Here we have by.name. Okay? There we have CSS. We have here CSS selector.
Okay.
There we have export. Here we have export.
Uh,
There we have DOM, but we don't have DOM here. That is duplicated. Okay?
okay.
There we have link. Here we have link text.
Link.
Okay? Apart from those five, we have three more. So what are these three? To get the elements with partial link test. So if you want to compare portion of the link test, you can call partial link test. Okay?
Yeah.
This API will be used to check some part of the link test. So six are done. So there are two more. So if you want to identify the element by using its class attribute, you can call by class name.
Last name.
Okay. So and one more API is by tag name. If you want to identify the element by tag name, you can call by tag name. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. So now in this class we have covered all types of locators, all types of identification logic. So using these logics, you can identify the elements that will return you the web element. Okay.
Okay.
In next classes, we will try to learn all the API what we have learned in Selenium master. We will try to find equivalent API in WebDriver 2. Okay.
Okay.
As I explained, Selenium API test. I have already written classes for the API in WebDriver 2.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So see here I have Selenium API test, right? This I have explained you to um, learn the API of Selenium. I have two more classes like WebDriver API test and Web Element API test. Okay.
Okay.
I will use these classes to explain you the driver and element API. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. In this class you don't have any doubts, right?
No, no, I am clear.
Yeah. So in your free time, if you get free time, just use this API and try to automate things in the browser. If you get any doubts, I will definitely assist you. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And tomorrow also same time వస్తారా కుదురుతా 6:30కి రావడానికి వాళ్ళు 6:30కి వచ్చారు. I mean 6కి వచ్చినట్టున్నారు.
Actual గా